What's good, people? I hope all is well, man. My day is going, it's just been fantastic. I don't think there's any other way to explain how my day, how life is honestly going for me right now. And I figured since I'm in such a good mood that I would go ahead and pivot and talk to the ladies. All right, so I need all of the ladies real quick to come to the front of the congregation. I've been speaking and I've been talking to ladies a lot lately, and it just trips me out when I talk to some women and they haven't experienced certain things with men. It just blows my mind how many women out there right now have never been taken on a real date. And let me explain to you what I say when I say a real date. Like, listen, it's cool, you want to go out and have drinks, cool. It's cool, if you want to go to the movies, yeah, whatever. Like, those things are cool. But we are grown adults. And it just blows my mind that you have grown women that have been around guys, but those men have never taken them on a real date. And I mean, like, get your hair done, your feet done, your nails and everything done, and you put on a nice fancy dress with some nice heels, and he takes you to some upscale restaurant. Maybe you guys go out dancing or whatever the case. Like, it just trips me out how many women have not been on a date where the guy has planned everything. Like, I don't know where we're going. All I know is he said be ready at 7. That's all I know. He said be ready at 7, and the only thing I got to do is just dress up and just look cute and enjoy myself. How many women that I speak and I talk to on a day-to-day basis, asking them that simple question, and the facial expressions that I get, and you can tell, like, they're like, dang, I never honestly thought about it like that. There's never been a time where, I've had a guy to honestly do that for me. And understand this, ladies, you have to be careful about who you pick and choose to give your time to. I think that dating is easy, because if someone doesn't align with your morals, your values, if they don't have the type of character that you think or you can see yourself being with that person for, a long period of time, like if they're displaying certain type of characteristics that you already know, I can't get with that. You know what I mean? And it trips me out how people don't do like a background check. Like, you can literally just go on Facebook. Most people are on social media right now. You can literally just go on a Facebook page and see what type of person you're dealing with before you actually get into it. Ladies, if he's on Facebook flashing money, you know what I'm saying, just out here up under all these girls' pictures, commenting and everything. Listen, those are not the men that you need to be giving your time, your attention, and your body to. There are guys out here that meet all of the criteria that you could see yourself valuing in a man. There are men out here like that. And you just have to be a little bit more intentional about picking and choosing those guys, right? So I gave you a little bit of advice as to, what you need to be doing moving forward. Now, I also want to speak to this because I think this is another interesting thing that, I hear from a lot of women, and I see in a lot of relationships, women, y'all don't give y'all all to a guy. Like, I think that's weird as well. Like, you mean to tell me you've been with this guy for X amount of years? Y'all have been sleeping together. Some of y'all have been living together. Some of you guys have children with that man. You're spending all of your time with him. And you're telling me that you don't feel comfortable enough to give that man your all? I don't get that. I don't get why. So why are you wasting your time with him? If you're not with someone that makes you feel like he's gonna have my back no matter what, I can trust him. You know what I'm saying? I trust him more than I trust anybody else. Because this person is getting all of you. So why don't you, I don't understand why can you constantly be around someone on a day-to-day basis, but you know, you can't trust them. But on the other hand, you have, you know, your friends who you're not spending like all your time and stuff with, but you confide in them a lot more than your man. Like, you are more open with your homegirl than you are your man. Most of y'all are not sleeping with your homegirl. Most of y'all are not, you know, giving that type of time and energy to your homegirl. So I'm kind of speechless right now. I'm trying to figure out, like, how does this honestly make sense? If you are with a guy that you feel like is going to use this information that you give him, you know, as a sword, you know, to hurt you, then shouldn't you just go be with someone else or distance yourself from that guy? I'm just asking a question right now. I'm just trying to get a better understanding as to, like, what is going on in the heads of some of these women that feel like they can't give their all to their man, to the guy that they're with. Why do you believe that you can't give your all to that guy? I honestly want to know. Like, drop down in the comments and please let me know, because this has me puzzled right now. I'm a little bit on the confused side. But listen, women, when you do get that guy, that great guy, you're going to have to be vulnerable to him. You're going to have to express yourself to him. You're going to have to learn how to communicate your feelings to that man. It is so many women out here that are walking around and trying to be like men and keep those emotions and those feelings and everything balled up. And, you know, if you're feeling some type of way, if you're in your feelings, talk to him. It shouldn't be a day that goes by that you don't express yourself to that man. It honestly shouldn't be. It should not be like hours and hours of time that's going by and you're not at least trying to make that first initial move to, hey, you know, I'm just trying to tap in and just see how you're doing or whatever. Is it okay if we have a conversation about something from earlier? It's not always what you say, it's how you say things. And understand this, you're supposed to, yes, you are supposed to be that soft, feminine, cooperative young lady. That's who you are supposed to be. He's supposed to be that masculine, you know, assertive guy for you, that protector for you. That's what a man is supposed to be. And ladies, if you don't feel like you can be honest with that guy, then you need to honestly question yourself. Like, why do I feel that way? And maybe both of y'all need to have this conversation together. Like, sit down and have this conversation. Like, you know, I'm not sure why I'm feeling like this. And understand that this can stem from a lot of other things that has nothing to do with that guy. Okay? It can honestly have nothing to do with that guy. But you should be wanting to get a better understanding as to why you feel that way. And what do you need to do to move forward to hopefully get better outcomes. Because let me explain something to you guys, or to you young ladies, my bad. Let me explain something to you. When you vet a man correctly and you get that guy that you've been wanting, you could fumble him if you're not tapped into your emotions to the point where you're able to communicate effectively. Like, yeah, you may be able to grab his attention for a certain time or whatever, but if he's around you and he's with you and it feels like he's communicating with the guy, with the man, you know what I mean? And anytime you get upset, you shut down, you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to speak about it, or like any of those things, then we honestly have a problem. And this is the reason why a lot of women, like I've been seeing on these TV shows, I've been seeing on YouTube, how all of these women have honestly been fumbling some really, really great guys that could have easily been their husband, or not even, you know, they're looking to be married. This could be a person that honestly has your back for the rest of your life. And y'all could honestly be happy together. Like, you know, when you two are together, y'all feel like one, like all of those things, and you end up passing him up because you're not willing to do the work on yourself. We got to do better. So you get with a guy, again, one of those great guys, and I'm going to explain to you what these type of relationships and being around these type of people, and you're giving the type of energy that you need to be giving, then you will start to attract certain type of men. And those type of men will be more than willing to take you on a date, you know, take you out, treat you like the woman that you are. Soft, I'm gonna take care. You don't have to worry about it. I'm paying for everything. All you have to do is sit back and enjoy. All right? I'm going to treat you. You are rewarded. You will always be rewarded for being feminine. You will always be rewarded for being soft. You will always be rewarded for being cooperative with your man. I promise you. Again, if you vet that man correctly, and he's that type of guy. Again, if you vet those men correctly, I have not met one good guy that does not take care of his woman the way that she's supposed to take care of. But understand this, those men have been around and maybe have been with chicks that have been hard, that have been, you know, emotionally disconnected, and they haven't did these things for them. Why is that? Because you're not the woman that you're supposed to be. And so he may not give that to you in a lot of different cases. But if you tap into that side of you that a lot of y'all choose to ignore, a lot of y'all choose to think and believe that you're supposed to behave like the opposite sex. A lot of y'all see that you're not getting the results that you want in life. And that's not the way to go. I promise you, when you tap into the woman that you're supposed to be, being soft, being understanding, and wanting to have these type of conversations without, you know, it elevating and being aggressive and all of that, that's not in you. It's not. It's just not. You see those women that try to adopt those manly-like characteristics. Those women, honestly, I know a lot of them. They are miserable. Seriously. Those women are miserable. And I'm one of those people that I would love to help everybody. I would love to save everybody. I would hope that people would listen to a message like this and realize, look at their own life and be like, what I have been doing has not been working. What he is saying is something completely different to what I'm used to. So let me try this out. What's the worst thing that can happen if I start to display myself in a soft manner to the right type of men? The man that I'm vetting. I'm not talking about, you know what I'm saying, just letting guys run over you and all this other stuff. No, I'm saying when you are dating, when you're looking for a guy that you plan on giving your time, your energy, and your body to, if I want you to vet that man correctly. Make sure you get a good grasp on his morals, his character, because I promise you, listen, if you ask the right questions, and you pay attention not only to what people say, but how they move on a day-to-day basis, because let's keep it a band. When you guys are dating, and you're spending time with you're spending a lot of time with these people. And you're like, well, all of a sudden this person started acting like this. I call BS. I call BS 1,000%. That's some bull. You mean to tell me you can be around a person, spend all this time around a person, and you never notice that they said they were a photographer, but you're around them all the time. They never talk about photography. They ain't never got a camera in their doggone hand. Like you never see them post anything on social media about. So when are you going out here and getting this? Felt like I need to know. So if a person said that they're a good person, if he said that he's a good man, then is he displaying those type of characteristics every time that y'all are going out? When y'all are having a conversation, does that seem like when y'all have a conversation, let's just say for instance he disagrees with you on something, is he still showing good character throughout there? Like, I know I may have been a certain type of way or whatever, but for some reason this guy was still able to, of course, be a man, but still stand on his square and be like, hey, I feel like this conversation is getting to the point where it's being elevated. Let's bring it back down. Because there are ways to get your point across without allowing somebody to run over you. And so I say to y'all again, are y'all not paying close attention to what people say and how people are moving? Are you not looking at people's social media? Because I've seen women in action. What's his name? Oh, let me go pull him up on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter or whatever. The blueprint for a lot of y'all is right in front of y'all face. And if you choose to not pay attention to these signs, if you choose not to take advantage of the resources out here, and you get into a situation, and again, you're ignoring all those red flags, then it's on you. It's completely on you. But to those women that are maybe on the fence about this thing, you do want a good guy. You want a guy that's going to take care of you. And when I say take care, I mean like emotionally. Make sure you feel secured in your, like, I know I don't have to worry about this guy because I'm who I am. And I know that, hopefully those women have either done the work or they're doing the work. You're not going to catch a lot of soft women out here. You're just not. I'm going to keep it a band. For most of y'all, most men, fam, you're just going to go with whatever is available to you at the moment. It's all right, man. It happens. It happens. And women, it's going to be extremely hard for y'all because there are more women on this earth than there are men. And when you start to take into account of the amount of straight men, if you choose to date within your race, you got to take into account of that. You got to also take into account of the men that are locked up, the men that are in relationships, in committed relationships. And then if you're looking for a guy that don't have children, if you're looking for a guy that makes a certain type of money, that has, reliable transportation, when you start to honestly peel back those layers, understand that it's going to be a slim chance that you're going to get a hold to a guy that you may value. But if you do the work on yourself and you manage to attract this type of guy, and I've heard different things. I'm not going to say this is based on any statistics or anything like that. But the things that I have heard is women, the chances of you, when you get into your adult life, finding a man that you value that checks off most of those boxes are going to be like once every 5 to 10 years in a lot of different cases. For most women, when you start taking into account of a woman having to work, being at a job for a certain amount of time, how life is going, the chances of you actually meeting and giving that guy a chance and really get to know that guy, Like all of those things, from 1 to like 5 years. I mean, my bad. From 5 to like 10 years, I believe. It's somewhere around in there. I don't know. Again, this is not any data, statistics, or anything. This is just something that I've heard. But judging based on the fact that you see a lot of what most people would consider, you know, 7s, well, my bad, 8s, 9s, and 10s, like some really dope, good-looking women that got a good head on their shoulders and everything like that. You wonder why they're single, and they're saying that they can't find a man. I'm like, yo, these are some of the most beautiful women. Why in the world can't they find a man that they value? And it's gonna value them, and it's gonna make them feel safe and all the rest of these other things. I mean, there's a lot of different answers for that particular question, man, and who knows? It may be some data and some statistics out there that we can go by, but right now it's just basically word from mouth, man. And I see and I hear a lot of women saying that, you know, they can't honestly find a man that they value, a man that values them in return, and a man that's going to step up and help them to feel secure and feel safe and feel like they can speak and talk to them about anything. But I promise you one thing, ladies, they are out there. Well, can't say we anymore, but they are out there. There are men out there that will look out for you, make you feel safe and make you feel secure no matter what. The thing is, you're going to have to be willing to do the work on yourself to become that best version of you. And that is going to require for you to tap into your femininity and become that soft woman that you can and that you should be. Be that woman that doesn't have any issues with living and being with a man long term. Because again, you have a lot of people that can be around guys. You have a lot of women out there that can sleep with guys. But as far as them being in a relationship and sticking with that man long term, when you start to think about long term, a lot of those women fall by the wayside because they are aggravated for whatever reason. It could be based on some traumas that they have had in their life that they haven't honestly dealt with. It could have something to do with them choosing the wrong type of guy or whatever. But I think that it always starts up here in the mindset, man. And a lot of people, men and women, need to honestly go get therapy. Seek some therapy from a professional that's going to help them. Help you understand, you know, all of those traumas and everything that you went through, and help you navigate through those things, help you navigate through, like when I feel like I've been attacked, or when I'm feeling like I'm angry and I'm mad, still being able to express yourself through that and not lash out and allow your emotions to get the best of you, and you end up saying or doing something that you regret later on. Now, it is completely okay, women, it is completely okay for you guys to be emotional. Understand that it should feel like a safe place for you. Being around your man, it should feel like a safe place where you can come to him, you can talk to him about anything. But you still need to be able to check yourself and keep your emotions in check. Not allowing your emotions to get the best of you, where you're just speaking out the side of your neck, where you're, you know, being abusive, verbally or physically. That's not okay. You need to make sure that you got that thing under control first and foremost before you even be thinking about getting with a man. Make sure you have those things in check first. Listen, I speak to the guys all the time, man. We getting them in line. We're not gonna focus on them right now. We're gonna focus on us. Well, we're gonna focus on y'all. My bad. We're gonna focus on y'all, because I don't really do videos like this for women too often. But again, I was feeling good, man, and I felt like this would be the perfect time to go ahead and spend some time and hopefully be able to help some women out there that are on the fence about this thing and want to be better, and actually get the opportunity to be with a guy that's going to do all of those great things that, you know, some of y'all have seen in books, have heard about, read about in fairy tales or on movies. There are actually guys out there that exist. Don't let them tell you anything different. Now, understand that everything is give and take. All right, everything is give and take. The more you put into the bank, the more you can take out, the more you can withdraw. So when you put that time and that energy into becoming the best version of you, and when you speak to that man, you know, it's not like he's talking to one of his homies, but he's talking to that soft side. And this person that's listening, that's understanding, like all of those things, that's nurturing, those things are beautiful. Those things just enhance his masculinity. And that makes that man want to get out into the world, get the bag, and bring the bag back to you. And make sure, listen, I'm gonna take care of her because she understands. Y'all have an advantage right now. Like, for real, I'm honestly dropping jewels. A lot of y'all that want to be married, that want to get with a certain type of guy. Some of y'all may even know this dude. You may know exactly what type of man you want to be with, or who you want to be with right now. You just don't know how to go about doing it. And I may drop some step-by-step ways. I don't know, I feel like, should I be dropping this type of knowledge? I don't know if y'all are ready for that. Let's just say this, man. Before we get into all that, I might drop that at a later video. A little step-by-step process on how to get the man of your dreams, the man that you value and you want to spend the rest of your life with. I might drop that a little bit later on. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much. Well, my bad. Thank you women so much, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all know anytime that we can have a conversation about these things, I try to make sure that I'm providing, you know, great information that's going to help benefit you in the long run, get the results that you want in life. And understand, when I'm speaking about these things, I make sure that, you know, all the information that I'm giving is honestly going to be useful for majority of people, not just individuals. Now, if you want to do the individual thing, book a session. Anyway, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.